What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. This matchup, to be specific, a new challenger approaches. Let's see what the new deck is that we are about to come across in this feature match. Realistically, I give this board an 8 out of 10 to say the truth. What would have been a little more ups is that if there was ever another Madoche monster to put on the field main deck wise, that would have been Tiramisu and Tiraphrase, but unfortunately I overstepped the boundaries into this type of scenario, but still giving this board an 8 out of 10 for that matter. And Perm on Teacher. Teacher, make fresh sister tar unaffected by monsters. Okay, Ryu-Ge's. So let's see what's up about how the contents of the deck works. You have 5 gigantic level 10 monsters, one of which is a ritual that has 3,500 attack, 2,500 defense, with a pendulum scale of 0. 4 other Ryu-Ge's are 3,000 flat on the attack, and one of which is another pendulum. So technically you have a total of 5 main deck monsters, 5 spells, and 2 traps. Time to start by, how do I say, a matching pair. Kyoro Ryu-Ge Kaiba, aka the Groudon of Ryu-Ge. Level 10, well, all of them is technically. So in most cases, Earth Dinosaur, 1,200 defense. You can shuffle this from your hand into the deck, add 1 Ryu-Ge Realm Dino Domains from deck to hand. During the main phase, if 2 or more cards were killed this turn, as a quick effect, free special from your hand. You can place 1 Ryu-Ge Realm Dino Domains you control on the bottom of the deck, then target other cards anywhere on the field up to the number of different monster types anywhere on the field, kill them. Each effect once per turn. Ryu-Ge Realm Dino Domains to go with Kyoro Kaiba, aka Groudon. So I'm pretty much convinced that the continuous spells shares the similarity of you can only control one of that card's name at a time. So that's pretty much the straightforward on those continuous spells. So that is something. For Dino Domains, Ryu-Ge monsters you control gain 300 attack. Nice. Ryu-Ge Pendulum monsters, as well as level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is dinosaur that you control gains this supernatural effect. Once per turn, when an effect of a monster on the field with less attack than this card is activated, as a quick effect, you can place one Ryu-Ge continuous spell you control on the bottom of the deck, negate the activation as in never happened. Cairo Ryu-Ge Emva. Water Sea Serpent 2000 defense, aka the Sea Serpent version of Kyogre. You can discard this, add one Ryu-Ge Realm Sea Spires from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, if two or more monsters were sent from the hand and or deck to the graveyard this turn that isn't the card itself, free special discard from your graveyard. You can place one Sea Spires you control on the bottom of the deck, banish your opponent's entire hand, and if you do, they draw the same number of cards. This is literally Trickstar Reincarnation in a nutshell. Each effect once per turn. Ryu-Ge Realm Sea Spires, however, Ryu-Ge Pendulum monsters, as well as level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Sea Serpent that you control, gains this supernatural effect. Once per turn once per opponent's turn, I should say, as a quick effect, you can place one Ryu-Ge continuous spell you control on the bottom of the deck, then target one card anywhere on the field, kick it back to the hand. And while being face up on the field, your Ryu-Ge monsters cannot be killed by battle. Genro Ryu-Ge Hakva, aka the worm version of Rayquaza. Wind Worm, 1500 defense. You can banish this from your hand, add one Ryu-Ge Realm Worm Winds from your deck to your hand. If a monster is banished face up, this card is already banished, and there are now at least two other banished monsters that are not the card itself outside of the damage step. Free special discard from the banish. Well, you can special summon this banished card. You can place one Worm Winds you control on the bottom of the deck, add one Ryu-Ge card, spell/trap included, from your deck, graveyard, or banishment to your hand that isn't the card itself. Each effect once per turn. Worm Winds, on the other hand, any monster sent from the field to the graveyard during your opponent's turn is banished instead. So it's basically opponent's turn Virtual World Shen. Ryu-Ge monsters and, well, Ryu-Ge Pendulum and level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Worm you control gains the supernatural effect. Once per opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can place one Ryu-Ge continuous spell you control on the bottom of the deck, then target one face-up monster anywhere on the field. Its attack becomes 0. Super debuff, if you ask me. Tensei Ryu-Ge Anva. Pendulum scale of 11, 2100 defense of a dark dragon pendulum. Scale effect. You can't pendulum summon except Ryu-Ge. You can negate your opponent's card or effect activated in response to the activation of your Ryu-Ge spell, card, or effect. Then you can destroy this card. Hard once on the scale effect. And when it comes to the actual monster, you can tribute one Ryu-Ge monster from your hand or field that isn't the card itself. Special this card from your hand. Upon special summon, target one card anywhere on the field, kill it, so spot removal. If this card gets killed, you can place one Ryu-Ge continuous spell trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment face up on your field. And then each effect once per turn. So say Ryu-Ge Mistiva, aka the Ryu-Ge Arceus. Light Dragon Ritual Pendulum, 3500 attack, 2500 defense. Must be special or from its own effect, simple. Once per turn on the special summons of the copies of the card itself. If a monster's more than one anywhere on the field gets killed by battle or card effect while this card is in your extra deck, you can tribute one level 10 Ryu-Ge monster, and if you do, special this card. This is treated as a ritual summon. Then you can apply this effect. Does not target, kill up to 2 cards you control, and if you do, place up to that many Ryu-Ge continuous spells from your deck face up on your field. Wowzers. And then the scale effect. During your main phase, you can add one non-pendulum Ryu-Ge card from your deck to your hand, then kill this card. So basically, literally any of the Ryu-Ge cards that's not Tensei or Sosei, and then kill the card itself. And then that effect is hard once per turn. Ryu-Ge War Zone. Field spell. Upon activation, take one dinosaur, one sea serpent, and one worm from your deck. Add one to your hand, banish one, and send one to the graveyard. Oh my god. And to turn you to this, you cannot special except dragon, dinosaur, sea serpent, or worm. If you have Sosei Ryu-Ge Mistiva in your extra deck face up, you can special summon 3 Ryu-Ge monsters with different types. One each from deck, graveyard, and banishment. Oh my god. Each effect once per turn. Ryu-Ge Rising. Quick play spell. Add one Ryu-Ge monster from your deck to your hand. Then you can add one Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster from your hand to your face-up extra deck. During your main phase, if you control a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster card, you can banish this and one Ryu-Ge monster from your graveyard. Special one Ryu-Ge monster with the same original type as that banished monster from your deck. So E-Teles, the Ryu-Ge monster. And then one effect per turn and only once that turn. So one effect or the other, can't do both. Ryu-Ge Rivalry. Normal trap. Special one Ryu-Ge monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, but kick it back to the hand during the end phase. You can banish this from your grave. Target one Ryu-Ge continuous spell in your banishment, graveyard, or field. Place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw one. Each effect once per turn. Ryu-Ge End. Continuous trap. Your opponent cannot target Ryu-Ge monsters you control within card effects. So anti-target. Each of the following effects once per turn. If a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster is in your field or face a extra deck, you can shuffle 2 Ryu-Ge monsters from your hand, graveyard, and or banishment into the main deck, then target 1 monster anywhere on the field, kill it. If this card gets killed, you can set 1 non-Ryu-Ge continuous trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. Basically, reset button any of the other spells that are non-continuous. And I believe that's all of the Ryu-Ge cards covered. That's pretty much everything. So let's see how impressive this is. As we left off, Ryu-Ge Rising as Chain 3, Promenade, negate the Rising, return Gelato. Salon is 1, Ticket is 2 for Pudding Sister for Pudding Princess. Manju, getting Sosei Mistva. Warzone. Hold. Dinosaur. Kaiva. Sea Serpent. Emva. Worm. Ryu-Ge mixed with Sword Soul. That sounds sexy. Take the Long Yuan. Emva to graveyard. Kaiva to banish. Yo! Royal Rare Genro Hakva. Banish. Getting Worm Winds. Worm Winds. Sosei Mistva. Getting another copy of Hafka. Long Yuan. Send Hafka. Or discard 1. And then generate the token. Dessert. Teacher and Long Yuan kickback for another teacher. Teacher. Return Rising. Return Emva. As for the War Zone, 1 from deck, 1 from graveyard, 1 from banish. 1 from banish being wind or earth. 1 from wind, so basically earth from banish, wind from graveyard, and realistically, this is beyond bad. The fact that I returned the water to the deck, this is getting a lot worse. Okay, so Anva, instead of the water one from the deck, banished earth, the graveyard is the wind. Kill off Anva. Anva placing Dino Domains, and then Kaiva using the Dino Domains effect, which is to target. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Target other cards anywhere on the field up to the number of monster types anywhere on the field. Kill them. So you got Worm, Dinosaur, Fairy, Spellcaster. So 4 cards. Pudding Princess gets killed. Teacher gets killed. Pudding Princess gets killed. And then Fresh Sister Tart is unaffected by monster effects. Pudding Princess. To the hand she goes. Saving Grace. Return Teacher. Pudding Sister. Back to the hand she goes. Sosei Mistva. And pass. Duster, Earth Statue normal, extra normal the meta line, and Earth Statue exists, meaning only Kyoro Kaiba gets to be in the game, but nobody else matters. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the in-depth guide to Ryu-Ge. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And for whatever the reason, if there are any leftover campaign prizes, be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather the leftover prizes for future content. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let us continue on to the road of World Championship Series.